Now, in view of these terror attacks in the Kashmir Valley, security forces will deploy an additional 5,000 personnel for the Amarnath Yatra, ahead of the Amarnath Yatra that begins on the 29th of June. There is an apprehension of Pakistan-backed terrorists targeting the Amarnath Yatra. The attacks that took place yesterday in South Kashmir include areas from where the Amarnath Yatris will be travelling. Two major religious festivals will coincide. So there will be the Addl Fitr, Eid, and on 26th, that's Eid, and on 29th is the Amarnath Yatra. So 5 additional battalions have been moved along with units of engineers and signals and territorial army. As many as 3 battalions will be deployed along the national highway on the Kashmir side of the Banihal tunnel or the Jawahar tunnel, because South Kashmir is a very sensitive area that requires additional security deployment. This security had been reduced in the wake of normalcy or seeming normalcy in the valley. But Pakistan, as we are seeing, is desperately pushing in additional terrorists. Past 96 hours, just a couple of days ago, we had reported how 13 terrorists had been gunned down in North Kashmir, in Uri, in Naugam, in Machil, in Kangan Bhusan sectors in North Kashmir. And now we're seeing increased terrorists in South Kashmir. So we're also seeing increased terror movement. Also, what is extremely significant to note, that yesterday, the 17th day of Ramzan, the Jang-e-Badr, that's the time that terrorists struck. And the Director General of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, SP Ved, in an exclusive conversation with India Today's Managing Editor Rahul Kanwal, mentioned that there was an intelligence input that terrorists could strike on the 17th day of Ramzan. So does this indicate that this so-called political conflict that people talk about, a political movement in Kashmir, is increasingly becoming a more radicalized terrorist movement where terrorists strike on specific days? We heard a terrorist like Burhan Wani, we heard a terrorist like Sabzar Bhatt, we heard another terrorist like Zakir Musa, and these terrorists were talking about fighting not for Azadi in Kashmir, but for establishing an Islamic caliphate across this entire region, which will be sans borders, minus borders. So these terrorists were talking about establishing a caliphate in Pakistan, in Jammu and Kashmir. Is that what the aim actually is? India Today's Sunil G. Bhatt now joins me for more on the story. Now, Sunil, when we look at the situation in South Kashmir, it is extremely sensitive and it is extremely essential to deploy additional forces before the Amarnath Yatra.
Certainly, Gaurav. There are 2 routes for Amarnath Yatra. One is from the South Kashmir, from the Pahalgam side. So security forces don't want to take any chances, because in the recent days, in the recent weeks, we have seen that how terrorists have been they have been attacking security forces, particularly in South Kashmir area. Yesterday, we have seen attack after attack in Srinagar, even in Pulwama. So Amarnath Yatra, which is beginning on June 29, we will have pilgrims from across the country coming to Kashmir Valley. Security forces as well as the government don't want to take any chances, and therefore they are rushing in more troops to the Kashmir Valley, particularly in South Kashmir, so that there is tight security for the pilgrims and there is no untoward incident and the Amarnath Yatra goes smoothly. And I would like to also tell our viewers that separatists in the past have been stoking fire when it comes to the Amarnath Yatra. We have seen what happened in 2007, 2008, and also you have a separatist leader like Sayyid Ali Shah Gilani, who has gone on record calling the Amarnath Yatra as a cultural invasion by India. So security forces are keeping everything in mind, and in the past also we have seen attacks on Amarnath Yatris. So clearly this time they are rushing in more troops, because the South Kashmir is on the boil, particularly after Burhan Wani's elimination. So Amarnath Yatra, because Yatris have already started registering for the Yatra, and
Sunil ji, keep tracking that story. I will come back to you for more.